Next up, we'll have David Pettinger. Mr. Pettinger, if you'll please come to the podium, introduce yourself, and you'll have, for the record, you'll have 2 minutes to testify.
El jefe, amigos, mi interpreter is presente. Señor Skip Benick.
Mr. Chairman.
Representative Birch.
No hablo inglés.
Mr. Chairman.
One moment,
okay,
Mr.
Point
Pettinger.
of order.
Representative Birch, go ahead.
This is not performance theater here. If we can please have straight testimony. Otherwise, I don't think this is appropriate form of testimony for this committee here.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Birch. I agree, Mr. Pettinger. If you can please deliver a straight testimony. If not, we'll move on to the next testifier.
Sí, en español. En español.
Mr. Chairman, could you just put the committee at ease?
Representative Crane, let's do so. Committee will be at ease.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Pettinger, I think we had just over a minute left in your testimony, so if you'll please resume, and again, as we agreed, please deliver a straight testimony.
Sure, and thank you, Chairman and Committee. I think I had a little bit more time. I never saw the clock or the timer. I don't know if it's going or not. But anyhow, I was going to argue against this in Spanish, and thus the character of the concerns of illegal immigration and their use of employment by large employers, and actually brought my Spanish interpreter, Skip Bannock, today because I needed some help with some of that issue. But what I would say, I had signed up to be against the bill as an illegal alien because, you know, we have our local law enforcement that allows them to run throughout the community through the non-compliance with the 287G program, which is not this bill. But we have employers, you know, present in the room, lobbyists from Simplot, Dairymen, we have, you know, Chobani, we have Amdi Ulakaya, we have the Tent organization that brings in refugees from around the world that led will be familiar with in southern Idaho as to, you know, the rape of underage girls by some of the people that were employed and brought into that community. So this is a very concerning bill. I still don't know where we are on the timer here.
5 seconds, Mr. Pettinger.
5 seconds. It's tough when you guys aren't running the screen there because we don't actually know where we're at or know if public broadcasting is doing its job. But anyhow, I would say that, keep going. This bill is a good bill. I was looking forward to giving you some entertainment, and I think that you would have enjoyed that testimony substantially more. But considering that I don't want to end up in these handcuffs again by your friends from the Idaho State Patrol in the back, we will just leave it at that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pettinger. Representative Green. Okay. Thank you for your time, Mr. Pettinger.
Okay.
We'll move now to Lydia Strong. Lydia, if you'll please come to the podium, introduce yourself for the record, and you'll have 2 minutes. I do apologize. We're having a minor technical issue, and so, believe it or not, you have to trust your vice chairman with the amount of time that you're being given.
Senator.
Yes, last question.
Senator Lenny, I'd like to offer you the opportunity to extend a warm welcome to a lady in the room named Lydia, who is a legal immigrant from Brazil. Lydia, if you wouldn't mind standing as a Spanish lady.
Thank you, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity.
Ms. Strong, can you pull your mic down just a little bit closer? Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here. My name is Lydia Strong, and I support this bill. Justice is the reason I left Brazil. As a lawyer, I fought for justice in the country, but it's become increasingly difficult as the rule of the law weakened. I come to the United States legally because I believe this country stands for freedom, opportunity, equal application of the law. I follow every legal requirements because I respect the law. That respect is what ultimately led me to become an American citizen. Today, many legal immigrants like me feel that something fundamental is being eroded. When people enter to work in this country illegally and face no consequences, it creates the perception that the law applies for some but not for others. That is no justice. This bill does something simple. It requires employees to verify work eligibility usando an existing federal system. It does not target immigrants like me. It reinforces equal enforcement of the law. The rule of the law means everyone is subject to the same standard. No exceptions, no favoritism. That principle is what drew me to America, is why I become a citizen and proud to be America. And is why I urge you to support this bill. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any question.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Strong. Looks like there aren't any questions for you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, committee.
We will move now to Scar Rulian. No, I'm sorry. Let's see here. This will be an online testimony. 2 minutes to testify.
Hi, I'm Scar Ruline. I'm a concerned citizen of Twin Falls, Idaho. I'm here to talk about why E-Verified is a flawed system that should not be extended. I oppose HB 704 as an Idahoan with common sense. Extending E-Verify systems is a waste of our state's time and effort. According to a study done by the University of Idaho McClure Center for Public Policy Research, in Idaho there are an estimated 35,000 unauthorized immigrants in the workforce. There are 1 million people in Idaho's labor force total. Why is Idaho spending time and money targeting such a small amount of the working population instead of investing time and money into legislation that creates new jobs? This bill will crush small businesses with compliance costs. It's not easy to implement a program with a 64 basic user manual. With a 64-page basic user manual, it takes time, and that time translates to money. Businesses who don't want to go through the process of vetting their compliance on their own will be required to use expensive third-party software to manage E-Verify compliance. That is not to mention that these systems are vulnerable to errors and delays. Small businesses, regardless of whether or not they employ unauthorized immigrants, will feel the costs associated with introducing this unnecessary program. According to the American Immigration Council, when Arizona introduced a similar bill, they saw an increase in under-the-table hires and a reduction in tax revenue. Small businesses reported having initial setup costs ranging from $1,254 for businesses with 10 employees and up to $24,442 with 500 employees. It costs around $127 per new hire query. These prices are absurdly high for the effect of putting 35,000 people out of work. I urge you to vote no on HB 704.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Rulian. Appreciate your being here to testify.
I think, we're bombarded with fear and narratives on both sides. And I think a lot of the problem is why we're so polarized and divided is because we listen to the fear narratives on each side, right? Fox and CNN.
Clint Hulsider, what district are you from?
I'm down in Twin Falls, rural county area.
Okay.
And so, honestly, the enemy, right, of all of us wants to keep us divided, right? United
I
we stand,
agree.
divided we
I
fall.
agree.
And I think really the problem we all get worked up is because we get worked in on emotional narratives and really divisive issues, polarized by design, and that's what this stuff happens. And so my solution to people on the right and the left is turn off the media. And that's like I hear what you're saying, man. I don't have any problem with you, right? And I think most of those people don't.
The problem with the oppressed is that turning off the media means turning off accountability. If I wasn't doing what I do, which is record things, then the accountability goes away. The public eye goes away. When the public eye goes away and the accountability goes away, then the oppressor gets to run free.
Well,
and there is an oppressor right now.
Well,
and that is why I'm here.
Everybody thinks that, right? I think the big one is you look at from the paradigm.
I can't relate. Sorry.